Hi everybody, thanks for stopping by. This is Pat of Pat's Home Craft. Welcome to my All About Winter series. Decorating and getting your home winter ready can be a snap with my DIYs and helpful ideas. Now let's get to it. We will be crafting some holiday gnomes. This gnome will be very simple. I'm taking a Dollar Tree Santa Claus that has a beard and a cap that are perfect. I simply need to rearrange them. First, I'm going to remove this beard. I'm just going to gently tug, and it comes apart pretty easy. There's a small pair of glasses that I will simply remove. You just pull them out. And I'll put those aside for possibly another craft. This video is in part of the DIY Gnome Challenge, hosted by Creative by Nature Decor and DIY. Donna of Creative by Nature DIY and Decor has a wonderful channel. She has so many creative and artistic ideas. She loves being inspired by nature. You won't regret visiting her creative channel. Donna's channel link will be in the description box, along with the challenge playlist link of all these creative YouTuber videos. Now I'm going to remove the cap from the front part of the head, and I just have to simply pull it off. Now I'll take some hot glue and place them over the cheeks and the mouth. And now I'm placing the beard. I'm replacing it higher up, just under the nose. And underneath on the chin, I'm going to place some glue, and that will keep the beard in place. And I'll put some on the sides. Put some more hot glue on this side. This is really easy. And now I'm going to take the cap and I'm going to reposition it. Just kind of had to hold the head a little tightly, and I'm going to bring it down over the eyes. Now I'm going to take some hot glue and I'm going to place it over the eyes and just simply place that little edge over the glue. And here we have this lovely Santa gnome. That really isn't very difficult. My next gnome, I'm going to make it from scratch. I'm going to take this styrofoam egg, these dowel rods, and these craft sticks. I'm going to push the dowel rods into the egg, and I'm going to push them up kind of like in a cross pattern. And the dowel rods will act as legs that will be placed on the craft sticks, which will be like skis. Now I'm going to take some hot glue and just secure the dowel rods to the styrofoam. This little piece of styrofoam egg is from another craft, and I'm going to use that to give my little gnome some body shape. I'm going to simply glue it on to the dowel rods. And now I'm going to take these two mini stockings from Dollar General, and they will be used as the material for the body and for the cap. I'm going to cut half of this little section off because it is too wide. This will be the cap, but I'm going to leave the back side of it the same length. I'm not going to trim that. Now I'm going to take the foot of the stocking, and I'm going to reshape that. So I'm going to simply fold it up, place some hot glue in, and press it together. And this will be no sew. Now I'll take the other side and do the same thing. I'll just simply fold it in, place some hot glue, and then I'm going to press it together, and then I want to form a little bit of a tweaked cap. So I'm going to take a little bit of hot glue and pinch the little stocking together. Now the second stocking, I'm going to use only the back part of the material, and this will be the material for the body of my gnome. I'm going to simply cut it in half, and I'm going to hot glue the first half to the front of the body. And now I'm going to take this second piece, and I do want it to look as if it has been sewn. So I'm going to glue one side of it inwards as if it has been sewn, and do the same with the other side. And this will look as if I've sewn it with some edges that are finished out. Now I'm going to take some Dollar Tree yarn, and I'm going to create the beard. I'm going to take about 10 loops just around my hand, and then I'm going to tie them together with a piece of yarn also. And then I'm going to cut that looped section in half. And I'm going to just create 2 of these sections. Now I'm going to take my stocking cap, and I'm going to place it over the egg shape, and I'm going to go ahead and glue that down into place in the front. And I'm going to go ahead and glue it to the back. And here, just tuck it into the sides. And now for the nose, I'm going to use a sweater that I've used for several crafts. I'm just going to take one of these little nubs off of this sweater and then just hot glue it in place. And now I'll take some hot glue and I will fix his little whiskers in place, or rather his long beard. He is looking really cute. Now this one is a little bit stray, so I'm going to trim it off. And now I'm just tucking that beard under the nose as much as possible. And I think that he needs a little bit of a beard trim, so I'm going to trim it off. And then I'm going to trim a little bit on the sides. And now I'm going to simply unravel all of the beard strings. Now I'm going to take some Waverly Antique Wax, and I'm going to give a good coat to the tops of these 2 craft sticks. I'm going to cut this dowel rod in half with my miter shears, and I'm going to give a good coat of my antique wax. Now I'm going to take the remainder of the back side of that stocking, and I'm going to use that for material for 2 little arms. I'm taking another dowel rod, cutting it in half, And now I'm going to take just a simple piece of paper. I'm going to draw 2 little hand mittens. And cut them out. And I'm going to glue them to the end of the dowel rods. I'm taking one here. And now I'm going to take this material and I'm going to start at the mitten edge, and I'm going to just wind it around over the dowel rod. I don't need a lot of material, and I figured if I just wound it around, that would make the most of my material. I didn't have very much of it. And I'm doing the same with the second one. And now there is a little bit left, so I'm going to cut off what was left that's not covered with material. And I'm simply going to hot glue each one of the little arms kind of to the back, and then positioned at an angle kind of upwards. Now I'm going to hot glue the skis, and I'm just hot gluing the dowel rods to the skis. Now I'm going to take my little ski poles and hot glue them to the mittens. And isn't he adorable? My little gnome is ready to go for a ski. This gnome will be much larger than the other two. I'm going to take this old creamer bottle that has been cleaned out, and I'm going to take this gray kitchen towel from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to trim off some material to cover the base of it. This will be his clothing. Now I'm going to place the sewed edge of this kitchen towel and place it on the bottom. And the cut side will be up at the top, so you won't see it. I'm going to glue it at the top, and I'm also going to glue it along the bottom. And now I'm just going to place some hot glue onto the towel and glue it to itself. Now I'm taking this mop head from Dollar Tree also, and I'm just going to cut off several sections of it. I'm not going to use the entire mop head. I can use that for further projects. And now I'm going to unravel one of the mop pieces and with 2 little sections, and I'm going to tie it without breaking it, and I'm going to create 4 sections that will be the beard. And I'm simply going to hot glue them to one side of the creamer bottle. I'm not worried about the length because I will trim that out later. And I'm making sure to put hot glue on the towel and on the actual bottle itself. And now I'm going to trim those unruly beard strands. And now I'm taking this velvet pumpkin that I bought in a pack from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to remove the stem, and with the top part of it I'm going to glue it straight onto the beard. And now I'm taking another Dollar Tree kitchen towel, and I'm just measuring where I can create like a cone shape for the cap. And I've just kind of gone around the base of it, of the head shape, and just making sure that it will go all the way around, and cutting off a lot of the excess. So now that I know it fits, I'm going to glue this small flap straight up so it will be all the way across. And I will go ahead and take some hot glue and glue the back of it, and making sure that I do glue it to the actual fabric behind the gnome. I don't want the bottle to show, so I am gluing it to the fabric in the back, the gray fabric. And now I'm just going to continue to glue along. And then I realized I needed to bring this front section over the top of the back section, so I removed it and then I re-glued it. And now I'm trying to create this cone shape, so I'm just hot gluing and folding this all over to make sure that there's a nice little pointed or cone shape. And then once you just flop it over, it's adorable. And now I'm taking a small bit of the mop head and making it with a section, and it will be a tail for my little cap that I've created. I'm just tucking it inside and securing it with hot glue. And now I'm taking this third kitchen towel from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to cut a section at the bottom of the towel. And this is a terry cloth towel, so it looks kind of like fur, so I thought that would be perfect. And I'm just making a better seamed edge, and so I'm just hot gluing the edges to create a hem. And now I'm just going to hot glue this little band around the top. And now I'm going to decorate it with a bow from Dollar General and a sprig of greenery from Walmart and some berries from Dollar Tree. Don't forget to visit Donna's channel and also the challenge playlist. And there he is, absolutely adorable. Let me know in the comments which one of these was your favorite gnome. If you liked my projects, please give me a thumbs up like. Also, if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to my channel. You simply have to click on the subscribe button and click on that notification bell so you'll be notified of all my upcoming videos. Stay tuned for more of my All About Winter series. I'll have plenty of more winter projects coming up. Always remember to look around you for the beauty in your life. It's right there waiting for you to see it. Until the next video, have a great day.